Hi, I'm Christina Applegate.
And I'm Jamie-Lynn Sigler.
And this is
Messy.
Hi, everyone. It's Christina from the Messy Girls.
And her partner, Jamie. Do you like my new tree? Do you see my new tree that I got?
Yes, I do. And no one else can see your new tree, but I love your new tree.
I got a tree, everybody. Thank you. I felt like I needed some living plant situation.
Does it have to be watered?
Yes, this bitch is alive here.
This is where I fuck up. All
Normally
the time.
Me too.
I have this beautiful woman that takes care of my home. And every single time she comes here, she brings me like an orchid or something. And then it just dies. And I try to remember to you put 2 ice cubes in it or something like that. And then.
Well, orchids are no one can keep a fucking orchid alive.
Well, she brought me lilies yesterday.
What do I do with the lilies? Alive, though, from yesterday?
Well, it was yesterday. They're still alive. Yeah.
Well, that's good. Well, yes, this little lady behind me requires apparently
really pretty.
4 cups of water a week, but I didn't get a tray for the bottom. This is, because I'm new to having live plants. So that gets here today, and then I've been only giving her little bits of water.
How do you know it's a she?
I don't know. I've spent a lot of time with it. She feels sassy, or she's a gay man. A wonderful gay man. We're getting to know each other.
Sure.
We're figuring each other out.
Let's be nice to this plant.
Yes.
What's its name?
I don't know yet. It's been less than a week that we've been in each other's lives. So.
Kind of feeling George or Georgia.
I have a friend named Georgia. So I think.
Or Gidget.
Gidget. That's sassy.
Mm-hmm.
I could see her bringing the heat. I like it.
Surfing. That's for old people. Okay.
So, hi. How are you? Talk to me.
Great. Thank you.
Good.
You know what? We all love that question. How are you? Because no one actually wants to hear. I am fine. And fine, which means fucked up, insecure, neurotic, and emotional. So.
Well, then I'm always fine and other things.
Yeah, we're fine. Thank you.
Well, you have someone next to you.
I do. I have my friend Tommy Jean Tucker Ross Zabrecki.
Hello.
And now you are on this podcast for
name.
2 seconds. I just call her all those names.
Maybe that's what I'll name my plant.
Tommy Jean Tucker Ross Zabrecki. Yeah, she's pretty awesome. We've been friends since, I was 21, something like that. And she's been by my side ever since. Those are the kind of people I like to keep around because got a lot of people around that kind of, do you feel like this, like that you have friends that it's conditional, where the love comes with a but? And I'm not talking like a big but. I'm talking about the but.
Yeah.
Of, I love you, but you're doing this, or you're behaving like this. It's just really hard to find people to just go I fucking love you, and you're ridiculous and damaged and
they accept
shit,
you,
and they just accept you. Because I'm not having that right now.
Nor should you ever. When there's a but, when there's a person that's giving I love you, but does that mean that when you are this version of yourself that they might not be into, that you don't get their love?
It feels like that a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, then sure, I've known people like that in my life. But I think, I've just tried to not have them in my life anymore.
Yeah. Unfortunately, some of those people I have to, which is fine.
Right.
But today I was having a really hard morning, and I was like, oh, Tommy Jean Tucker Ross Zabrecki. That's who I'm going to call. So that's who's here.
And here she is. Now she's next to you. Well, I mean, I think obviously we're born into a family. We can't choose the people that we are related to. We can't choose the people for a myriad of reasons sometimes why we have to be in each other's lives. And for that, there is therapy. For that, there is, personal work you can do for yourself and around it.
So then what do you choose?
But then you choose when you can choose.
It.
Well, okay. So let's pause there. Let's talk about that then.
Okay.
I have always kept my circle incredibly small for the reason that I had some of those conditional loves in my life that caused me so much pain at a young age that I just, for better or worse, kept my life so tight and small for so long, and then just, only will ever let it grow if it's somebody that adds value to my life. Strictly from survival, but it's worked out, I guess.
I don't know how to do that yet. I'm trying now.
You mean what? So what does that mean? Like standing up for yourself, having a boundary with this person, or literally making them telling those people you're not in my life anymore?
It just feels like there's a lot of buts. And I think maybe that's my thing, is that it's, I love you, but I need this, or but your woe is me, or but like that feeling of that you and I have being people with a disability, the woe is me factor and all of that shit and the burden and everything. There just feels like there's always a but. And I kind of just need sometimes a person that's like, I love you despite of, not but of. Does that make sense? Like, despite of your disabilities, despite of your failures in the world, despite of all these things, like, despite of, like.
Well, we're not the things we do. We are not the things that happen to us. We are not the diseases we carry. They're things, but they're not who we are. And the people that love us can see past all of the buts, right? The people that truly love us. That being said, I do believe that there are people in your life that are giving you these buts that genuinely love you, but may have their own shit. And that's the reason why there is this but. It has actually nothing to do with you. It's there is something about you that is mirroring to them some sort of pain or trigger or whatever it is. That is not your fault. And so maybe if you're asking what you should do about it, I need you to stop blaming yourself why they are the way they are.
Oh, I don't blame myself why they're fucking dickheads. Good.
Or blame why the love is not coming at you.
I just sometimes just don't want a but. I want a despite of.
Well,
and I know that sounds really weird, but it's just kind of what's going on in my mind right now.
Well, it's not your fault that there's a but.
I have no but right now. It's flat. It's really
it's a tiny tushy.
It's pretty weird looking.
Who cares? We don't even see it anyway.
Nope. Well,
I don't have any back view mirrors.
I'll post pictures of my butt. There's no butt to post. Will? It doesn't matter. Anyway, Listen,
if you made an OnlyFans, you would crush it.
Oh my God. Like if someone has like a fetish of like the old lady from The Shining who's coming out of the tub, like he's imagining like the hot chick coming out and then the old decrepit lady comes out. That's me. Oh man, I'll make gajillions on that shit.
Listen, there's a lid for every pot. He's out there. She's out there. Who knows?
We got a message from Lance, which is weird.
Are we reading? Let's do it.
I don't think it's our Lance.
I'd hope not.
It's not Lance Bass.
Oh, it's so short. That's perfect for you.
It's my favorite
Lance,
thing.
He's coming through.
Just wanted to say thank you. I was diagnosed with MS in 2003. I don't talk about it, but for the first time in 22 years, I don't feel alone and somehow understands the daily battles. Okay. Lance, that's why we do this. Because we found a community. We found in each other a community. And that's why we're doing this.
Lance, exactly what Christina said. This is why Messy has been created. Christina and I found in each other somebody else that would not make us feel so alone, somebody that understood, somebody that could walk this tricky path together with,
Also, I think
that's why
that
we're here.
There are like things you can, like places you can go. What are the like our little room, our Discord, or other things with MS associated, and you can find people that are going through this as well. And I think that's incredibly valuable to have a common person in your life.
Yes, I think it's one thing to listen to us, but then to have a conversation with somebody else is incredibly helpful.
You'd be surprised at how many people are either like directly infected or, have someone in their life that has a chronic disease. It doesn't even have to be MS, but just, there's lots of people out there.
Yeah. Yeah, that's great advice.
Support for Messy comes from Fatty15.
Listen, we spend a lot of time, a lot of money, and a lot of energy on our health and our wellness and all the beauty products we want to make us look and feel younger and feel healthier. But a lot of the times we're wasting our money and we're not feeling good. We still have stiff joints. We still have low energy and poor sleep and abnormal blood work. Well, we're so excited to share with you guys the information around C15 from Fatty15. This is the first emerging essential fatty acid to be discovered in more than 90 years.
Hey, James.
Yeah.
What's that?
I don't know.
Dolphins.
Oh.
Why don't you talk about that?
Well, Dr. Stephanie Venn Watson discovered the benefits of C15 while working with the U.S. Navy to continually improve the life and welfare and health of aging dolphins. Her work with them led to C15, Fatty 15, so we're grateful for it because what this does is help fix cellular fragility syndrome. That is caused strictly by a lack of C15, and as many as 1 in 3 people worldwide may have low C15 levels and cellular fragility syndrome. So thankfully, Fatty 15 will repair the age-related damage to cells. It protects them from future breakdown. It activates pathways in the body that help regulate our sleep, cognitive health, and natural repair mechanisms that support our overall health.
Fatty 15 is on a mission to optimize your C15 levels to help support your long-term health and wellness, especially as you age. You can get an additional 15% off their 90-day subscription starter kit by going to fatty15.com/messy and using code MESSY at checkout.
I'm going to read this one from Caroline. Hello, Christina and Jamie from the beautiful state of Maine. I'm a 53-year-old woman who was diagnosed with MS in 2014 after having a foot surgery. It came after losing both my parents 6 months apart. My mom also had MS. I did well for several years, continuing to work full-time as an RN, flying planes, hiking, singing out at open mics, and then COVID hit. I didn't have access to the vaccine, even though I was working at a dialysis clinic with COVID-positive patients. I was advised to stop taking my DMT Tecfidera. Then, during COVID, my grandson, now 7, was diagnosed with stage 3 high-risk acute lymphoblastic leukemia. My
Jesus.
God. I had to help care for my youngest grandson at the time, who was only 2.5 years old. I rapidly declined. I couldn't stand, completely hunched over, walking barely at all. I was let go from my, I'm assuming, job, and life as I knew it completely changed. I had to isolate because I couldn't get sick. I needed to for me and my grandson's health. I'm happy to say my grandson Asher just rang the bell after 2.5 years of treatment on July 10th, 2025. Yay! And I am walking with my new bi-acre rollator. She is sleek and sexy. I named her Scarlett. Thank you, ladies, for your podcast. Christina, you have me watching Bravo. You inspired me to try more. Caroline in Maine.
Fuck Caroline.
Oh,
wow.
Man.
Nope. And nope. When I say that, it just means that I'm inhaling all of this.
Yeah. Well, we honor this incredibly difficult road that you have been on over just the past decade. You sound like an incredibly strong and wonderful woman, and your family is incredibly lucky to have you. I will check out this bi-acre rollator. I mean, anything that's described sleek and sexy and helps me move.
Oh,
through
wait,
the
I
world,
have one. Dude.
I'll give it a try. You do?
Have you been to my garage?
Is it sleek and sexy?
I have
I haven't seen your
ton of stuff,
garage.
Just waiting for that sad day that may happen or may not happen when we get from RRMS to PPMS and P whatever. I don't know. But I have stuff. But I do have that rollator. It's delicious and sexy, and you can go beep, beep, and it's got a thing. It's lovely.
Wow.
And here we are talking about how lovely a thing for MS is, which, yeah, it's only exciting when you're at Disneyland, but okay.
Right. It's true. And we're thrilled to hear Asher is doing well. My gosh, to go through that type of journey as a baby, I cannot imagine.
That's like the thing as parents we just never want. It's like if my kid gets a swollen lymph node, I'm like, what the F? But let's just take a moment for Asher and say thank you. All right. This is a message from Nora. Hi, you two. I love you both. My question is for Christina, so I'll keep it short. Good. Thank you, because obviously you know that I cannot see. Could you talk a bit about your cancer journey? I would love to know how your experience with acute illness has informed your experience with chronic illness. Do you have any takeaways from that time in your life that have prepared or assisted you in your separate challenges with MS? What parallels would you draw, and what has been your biggest mental challenge with either disease? Love you.
These are great questions.
Wow. Nora, you're opening up a Pandora's box in my mind about these diseases that I have had. And, one being, and I hate to say it's acute because mine was something that could be solved. Unfortunately, the one now is kind of on its own. I think my journey with cancer was different because I was a quote unquote celebrity person. And then you have to be like a talking piece for something, like I'm inspiring and I'm this. And I fucking did that for like a year. And I always felt very icky inside about that. I think it's really important to be honest with yourself, but also not to just get down on everything. But anyway, what I'm trying to say is that I was full of shit. And finally I realized like there is, and I've said this a million times, I have no room for inauthenticity. You've got to be honest when you talk about stuff with yourself, but also, I don't know, my takeaways. Those are my takeaways. Just being honest with what I'm going through.
Which definitely informed now your journey with MS and how you're dealing with it.
Yeah.
I mean, that's like you've taught me in a few short years how to be honest about it, and everyone that listens to this.
But sometimes I feel, Jamie, that what my thing is with it, that I might be not doing it right. I'd rather be inspired like you are. Like I want to be inspired, babe.
Well, What do you mean not doing it right? I don't think that that's a thing. You and I have talked at great length about how much we help each other with the ways that we are. My reaction in this moment and the way I exist with MS in this moment right now is not the way that I have always existed with this. I've had this for almost 25 years in November. This is not the way it's always been. I look at you and think how incredibly healthy you have been about it, because immediately you were like open and raw and honest about what you were feeling and what you were experiencing. And to me, that's more right than the way I fucking did it for 16 years. Like, I think that you...
But Jamie, I was outed.
I understand, but I do think that you are...
I couldn't hide that. That's the thing that I'm talking
publicly.
about. Like, I was done. I was I couldn't walk anymore all of a sudden. So no, and I'm sorry.
Don't
just
apologize.
Go ahead, because it's very emotional for both of us, and I know it is. And
everyone's, but I think that all the people that listen to this that, you know, that have MS or have similar journeys with an illness, like if every single one of us introduced ourselves and talked about ourselves and shared our deepest feelings, there would be, of course, similarities, and there would be ways that we could connect with each other, but everybody would be different. I don't think any of us would have the same way of being with this. And it fluctuates. It changes hourly sometimes for me, you know? And I don't think you deserve to feel anything but compassion for yourself. It's so hard to live with this. It's so hard to live with this.
I think that's why I sent you guys, you know, my mirror.
Yes.
And it's my mirror from when I had cancer. And it was from my 2 Chinese doctors who were not actually Chinese, but doesn't matter. Whatever. When I had cancer, these women would come over and do acupuncture and healing and do all this stuff. And they wrote on my mirror, I am a miracle of life. I am a miracle of health. I'm a miracle of God. I am joy. I give joy. And so it is. And that was in 2008. And yet I look at it every day, but I don't see it.
Mm-hmm.
And yesterday something happened to me. Oh, and I saw it because I needed to see it.
And you were ready to see it. It resonates with you because that's who you are. That is your heart. That is your deepest belief. You know this to be true. All of your pain is just on top of it right now. And it's just a season in your life where I believe, as your friend, you are bringing up a lifetime of pain that you have stuffed down. It has to come out. Like, the only way out is through. And you, my friend, are walking through it right now. And I'm proud of you.
But so are you, my love.
But the reason why you looked at that mirror and saw it is because you're there. You're on your way there. I know it. You're doing the hard work right now. Not everybody in this world does this in their life. You're fucking doing it. And it's not easy. And on top of that, you're generous enough to share it with the world. And I have no doubt that karmically you will have a beautiful return because of that.
Well, karmically feels like a big shit show.
Well, it depends how you look at it.
And I say that with quotes and sarcasm. But
it depends how you look at it, though.
As I always do. It just, yeah. To everyone, just sometimes, like, life gives you lemons and then you make a lemonade stand. Fuck off. Just go within, because all the answers are there. The universe is there. If you want to call it God or Allah or whatever, it's there. And it's begging you to see it. And sometimes we get lost in this world and we don't see it. And when it hits, you're like, oh shit. Okay. Oh, I remember you. My mom used to tell me when I was a little girl, very little, a metaphysician who's not practicing is the most depressed person in the world. Because you know what it means. And look, if you guys don't understand what a metaphysician is, it's our thing. It's just my belief system. But it really is, because you do know that when you go back to the center and you go back to whatever you want to call it, that there is a power in that fucking ignites something in you. Hence why there are books about healing yourself. And, our beautiful Dr. Amen. I love him. Let's just call him Amen. Doctor, and so it is. Just everything comes from here, and the brain is a universe. It really is.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Well, I love that you shared that, and it's great. Okay, I'm going to read this one from Heather. Hi, Christina and Jamie. I have only recently started listening to your podcast. My brother was diagnosed with MS in the 80s. He was 20, and within 6 months, he was bedridden. Watching this disease progress in him has been one of the hardest things I have experienced in my life. As a family, we worked together as his caregivers. It was devastating when he passed away in 1996. I'm so glad that you both have treatments available. There were not many for my brother back then. Hearing you guys talk about this dreadful disease, your experiences, your struggles, and the way you deal take me back to a place that I've only come to realize that I'm still grieving the loss of my brother. I just want you to both know that your podcast and ability to be real helps me, and I'm certain so many others. I listen every day on my way to work as I make my way through all the episodes, and oh, how I wish I could just hug you both. I have a son with special needs, and believe it or not, your podcast helps me navigate through this as well. I've been a caregiver for a lot of my life, and listening to you guys really opens my eyes to the other side. I love you both and wish you both everything good. Heather.
Shit.
Well, Heather, if you don't know how we feel, you can tell we're crying.
Shit. No, snot. Yeah.
That was beautiful. Thank you for sharing that with us.
I'm so sorry that your brother, I can't even say it, was diagnosed at a time when there were no treatments. I saw a beautiful quote. I think I've already said this. Whatever. It doesn't matter. And it was a quote from our friend Selma Blair, actually.
What'd she say?
MS is not a death sentence. It's just a life sentence. And kind of that, I saw that yesterday and I was like, oh, fuck. Okay. And then I was like, oh, who said this? Socrates? I was like, no, it's Selma. But I know that so many people at those times didn't have the access to the infusions that we have had or treatments. And my doctor, when I was diagnosed, said, and I was freaking out, he goes, you're not going to die tomorrow. You're going to live for a bit because we have stuff. And I'm so sorry. Anyway, I'm starting to cry a little bit.
That's okay.
Sorry. You talk now.
Heather, your email was beautiful. I too lost my brother. So I know that pain and I'm sorry. And thank you for listening and thank you for showing us that it's like being vulnerable and open about life and pain and things that normally feel easier to keep hidden, knows that it can connect beyond just having the same disease or the same experience, that even through your unique experiences, you find solace and comfort in our words. So, all these things just make us wanting to continue to do this. It puts a fire within me and gives me great purpose. So thank you.
Heather, if you ever want to talk to us about anything or ask questions, please keep writing to us because we will remember you.
Support for Messy comes from Every Plate. Do you think you have to spend big bucks or tons of time in the kitchen to make delicious food at home? Well, think again. When you use Every Plate, you get restaurant-level deliciousness week after week with recipes like crispy buffalo ranch chicken. Yes, it's as good as it sounds. Or cheesy Mexican street corn hash. I mean, come on. These are things that are restaurant level that be coming from your kitchen, okay? You're going to spend less, by the way, on these flavor-packed homemade meals than you would on normal groceries or even at a restaurant. Because I don't know about you, but I cook the same things over and over again because I know what works, I know what's quick, and I know what they like. But now, with Every Plate, I've got 30 minutes or less meals. I'm upping my dinner game in these easy-to-follow recipes, and I'm rotating them weekly because Every Plate constantly rotates their recipes that are delivered literally right to your door. So what are you waiting for? Dig into these flavor-packed meals your household will love. New customers can enjoy this special offer of only $1.99 a meal. Go to everyplate.com/podcast and use code MESSY199 to get started. Applied as discount on first box, limited time only.
Support for Messy comes from O Positive.
O Positive is a women's health company, and they offer a range of symptom-targeting supplements that support women at every stage of life, talking about from their first period to well beyond their last. They have the best-selling women's health products at Target and on Amazon, and their Urovaginal Probiotics is one of the top 5 supplements on Amazon. Uro is a probiotic blend specifically formulated to support vaginal health. So what it does is it balances your healthy vaginal pH. It supports a healthy vaginal smell.
Stinky vaginas are not okay, guys.
No, you don't need them anymore. And helps maintain healthy vaginal flora. And, you know, there's a lot of things that can throw this off, like sex, tight clothing, sweat from working out, hormones, periods. All of these things can disrupt your vaginal health. So this Urovaginal Probiotics, it's the blend of 4 powerful strains. It's backed by research, and people are feeling benefits within 8 weeks.
Take proactive care of your health and head to opositive.com/messy or enter Messy at checkout for 25% off your first purchase. That's opositiv.com/messy for 25% off. All right, I have to read this one from Kim.
Go ahead. Yes, you do. Of
and
course.
You know why. Okay. Hi, this is a message from Kim. I just listened to the Pivot episode. So good. Can you please offer some ways to express ourselves to a friend or a loved one when they just keep pushing you to do something that you know you could do, but will pay for it later? Oh my God. Okay. PS that in a minute. As you discussed, my mind seems to swing towards, yes, you can do that. But invariably, my body goes, don't do that. When pushed by a loved one to do something, I am not strong enough to stand my ground and say no. Do you have any phrases, thoughts, ideas that can help? Every time I cave in, I end up paying for it. Thank you to all 3 of you ladies. Yes, of course, we love an acknowledgement to Allison for all you're doing. Kim, you know what? Just say fucking no. What's the problem now? Can't you just say no? Or say, you know what? I can't commit. I'll give you like a response in love. But if on that day, if you have MS, I mean, I don't know if you have MS. I'm sorry. If you don't, or actually, you know what? Fuck it. If you just don't want to do stuff, just say no. But I always say to people, I may not be able to do that. And at some point, someone has to go, got it. And this just happened to me yesterday. I got an email from someone or a text or some way that no one communicates anymore and begging me to do something. And I really want to do it, but it requires a great amount of time and effort and flights and all this shit and begging. And I just went, dude, you know that I can't commit to this. I'd love to. From waist up, my head's going, oh my God, what an amazing time. What an incredible experience that might be. But then my legs go, bitch, maybe not. So you've got to be able to tell people, you know what? I may not be able to do this, and I'm sorry. And people have to kind of understand that.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you've got to set expectations for other people and for yourself.
Do you do that though, James?
Yeah.
Because I think sometimes you actually do a lot.
Yeah.
And I'm like the failure in the scenario, just in the sense of like, I'm like, nope. And I wish I was like, okay, yes, I'm going to do it. Do you feel like, I don't know.
No, I feel like as this disease progresses, I just learn what I can and can't do. And there's usually a time or two that's rough that I'm like, fuck, okay, gotta adjust that experience or gotta take that one off the list. I think that there's times where I have the energy and there's times that I don't. And I think that when I say managing expectations, like managing your own expectations of yourself and your body and where it's at and for other people. My girlfriend is having this huge event that she's putting on in a couple of weeks, and it's amazing. And a lot of our friends are going. And in my head, much like you, I would be like, yeah, that sounds like such a fun time. It's on a beach with my girlfriends. There's concerts. It sounds like a blast. But in reality, I know I would be taken care of by everybody and they'd all have my back, but that would be really hard for me. And I had to call her and tell her and say, I love you and I support you, but I just don't want to, I don't want to feel what I know I'm going to feel that weekend. And she said, I promise you the day that I need you to buck it up for me, I'll tell you, but I am so glad you told me. Like, please, nothing would make me more sad to know that you were struggling to be there for me, you know? So.
But why would anyone, and not her, I'm just saying like, I just feel sometimes I want to go like, I can't buck up, right? Like, I can't. Today's not the day.
And
Tuesday's not the day. Wednesday's not the day. Maybe Friday's the day, but if we get to Friday, that might not be the day as well. I don't know. I'm reeling on this because it actually just happened to me yesterday, and I was trying so hard to explain. Like, that is a lot to ask of me, and you know, it's flights and hair and makeup, or as the kids call it these days, glam, which makes me want to punch everyone that's young in their faces. And shit. And I'm like, oh my God, that would be so cool. And then my brain went, no.
Yeah.
You got to be in the wheelchair. Then you got to go through TSA. Then you got to get on the plane. Then you got to go to the thing. And then like all that shit that we go through. But then am I just succumbing to that life in my own mind?
I think there's going to be
what I mean?
moment. Yeah, I know what you mean. I think maybe you're asking yourself this question because maybe it's time to push yourself a little bit.
I totally want to do stuff. I just bought all these clothes. I have new shoes.
Great.
Yet I broke my toe yesterday, so I can't put them on. But, and you know, I'm like, I got a cute little, body going on, kinda. Not really, because I have no butt and I look like the old lady from The Shining, but I'm just trying to like fucking deal with, like, I'm like, let's do stuff. And then I'm like, well, maybe I can do stuff if it's right outside my house. Possibly. Like in the cul-de-sac. That'd be cool.
Can't they
in my
set
new
the
pants.
glam up there?
I don't want, don't call it glam. Seriously,
Well,
I can't.
called that on
I can't.
purpose.
I can't. Like when I see these reality shows, which as everyone knows we love the Bravos.
Mm-hmm.
And they call it, well, she had glam and then I had glam. And you're like, why is it called that? It's hair and makeup.
Yep.
It's just hair and makeup. Sorry. It's not glam. That's dumb. Sorry, that's a whole other thing that I've been thinking about because my brain circles in such weird spectrums that like I get here, I lay here in my bed and I'm like yelling at the TV, like, stop saying that. Don't chew with your mouth open.
Hair and makeup just takes too long to say now.
Just say it. It's okay. I actually coined the phrase FY instead of FYI because for your information was just too long for me to say.
Just for you.
So in this house, everyone says FY. Yeah.
That's what.
And there you have it.
Okay, this message is from Christy. I'm listening to your first podcast. I'm new to it. Christina was talking about people thinking, woe is me, when we talk about how we really feel. I have lost friends because they did not really care about how I was feeling. This stupid fucking disease has shown me who my real friends are, and they are few. I have started journaling, and I'm completely honest when writing my feelings down. It's full of cuss words, and it is cathartic.
Christy, you're my best friend, and fuck everyone. That's basically been the entire topic of today. So there you go, James.
Yeah. I mean, I think you're doing the right thing. Like you said, they're no longer in your life. You're dealing. I'm glad you found journaling and something to feel cathartic for you to express your feelings. But I also don't think you should ever feel like you have to repress or not be able to share your feelings with your friends and the people.
But they do that, James.
Yeah, I understand.
They do.
I know.
And I'm a victim right now of that, of the woe was me, which actually came, Christy, that actually came from a person actually saying that about me a few years ago. And it stuck with me. And then it made me not want to reach out to anyone anymore. So that's kind of this weird thing where you're like, and then when you get a disease like this, then you're like, am I now a burden? Because I'm only talking about my disease. I'm only talking about how my legs aren't working. I'm only talking about where my eye's hurting or I went blind in my eye or whatever the fuck. And then other people are like, well, I got my period. And then you start comparing shit. And that's not cool either. So what is it, James? Like, what do you think about that? Of like when I say stuff to someone and they go, well, my legs hurt too. And you're like, well, they don't hurt as much as mine. But then are you being a woe is me? Are you being a dickhead?
Because you're not allowing them to say that their legs hurt as well?
Because it pisses me off.
I get that. I don't think a reaction of sharing your pain and somebody immediately being like, well, I have the same. I don't think that that's ever generous. I don't like, look, we're human beings. We never react perfectly all the time. But if you're wondering how to be a good friend, I don't think reacting that way immediately is the right thing to do. I think there's a time and a place to say, like, I can't imagine what it's like for you because I deal with pain in my legs and it bothers the fuck out of me and makes me feel like I can't even do anything. And then you have this, so I can't imagine. Like, there's a way to connect in that way where you're not like, you can honor, like, I have this and this is hard and you have that and that's hard. I think when somebody's expressing themselves and when somebody's telling you about something that's hurting them, they're needing a place for it to land. And you coming back at is not that.
Right. And when we started this whole podcast, I was talking about that, where I just wanted someone to let me say all the things. Like, I just want to cry about all my things. Sorry. And not have you fucking say, oh yeah, well, I got my period. It's not about a period. It's just like, I think when you have a chronic illness, you're kind of consumed by it. I mean, Jamie, I think that you're not. Like, you're an incredible mom. You're out there, you're doing stuff,
That doesn't mean I'm not consumed by it.
but it's also the butt. Not a Kardashian butt. Not B-U-T-T. But great butt. Cool. The butt of life with friends of here we are in a thing that is all consuming. That is the, like, for me at least, it's all I think about all day because it's all I know. Because when I get up to go to the bathroom, if I try to get down the stairs, if I do anything, it's MS. Everything is MS. I went blind in my eye the other day. I sometimes can't speak. And so I'm consumed. So it feels very hard for me to complain to people about it because they always have like a, well, but I, and right now I just don't want that. And that feels selfish. It feels like I'm a fucking dick.
You're selfish for not wanting that? I just want
someone to be like, oh my God, I'm so sorry you're going through this. I've had no one except you and Tommy Jean Tucker Ross.
Yeah, I was going to say right next to you.
Go, I'm so sorry. And nothing else. Not a but without ellipses.
In this moment in your life, you can't have the butt people around. Or they're not the people to share. No,
but I like big butts and I cannot lie. Those others, no, sorry.
They're not the ones to share your pain with right now. You don't have to extract them from your life, but they're not who you share your pain with.
But there's like not anyone really, but Tommy Jean Tucker Ross Zabrecki. And I'm sure she's going to get Googled. And I'm sure pictures of this bitch and her amazing husband are going to be all over the place. By the way, her husband is my favorite magician of all time.
Wow.
Rob Zabrecki.
No buts about it.
No buts about that.
Support for Messy comes from Magic Spoon. What is Magic Spoon, you ask? Well, Magic Spoon makes high-protein, zero-sugar cereal and treats that literally reinvent all of that childhood nostalgia, those favorite flavors and boxes that we love to have in front of us as we gobble down our cereal before school or before bed. But now, with Magic Spoon, you're getting cereal that has 13 grams of protein, 0 grams of sugar, and 4 grams of net carbs. They're coming in those flavors we love, like fruity, cocoa, frosted. They even have Magic Spoon high-protein treats. These treats are crispy, they're crunchy, they're airy, and it's an easy way to get that protein, 12 grams of protein in those crispy treats on the go. And they come in mouthwatering flavors like marshmallow, chocolate peanut butter, and dark chocolate. So get $5 off your next order at magicspoon.com/messy or look for Magic Spoon on Amazon or in your nearest grocery store. That is magicspoon.com/messy for $5 off. Okay, before we wrap this up, I just wanted to share something that I worked on in therapy recently, and my therapist told me this, and it's I don't know, I think it has given me a little bit of like power back, or it's a little bit of strength I need in moments sometimes. We were talking about life and all the ways that you can believe life comes about and life goes about, and whether there's a destiny or a plan, or we knew exactly who we were coming in to be in this life, our parents were gonna be, all the things that were gonna happen in our life. If all of that is true, what if in each and every moment, even in the most difficult, and in particular the most difficult, you simply say the words, I chose this. At some point in my life, at some point in another life, at some point of my consciousness, I chose this, knowing that this moment is for me and my growth and my evolution. Life is for learning on this planet. And so for that reason, even in the fucking hard stuff, I chose this. And whether or not it's true, it's how I feel like I'm wanting to move forward in my life. I think I can say in the past couple of weeks of having this kind of be in the forefront of my mind, it's been helpful in moments for sure. So just wanted to pass it on.
That's really big. That's a big something.
Yeah.
To me, because, see what happens to me when we start talking about this shit? We didn't choose. I don't think we chose this.
What if we did?
But we choose how to be with it. I mean, that's kind of where I'm sitting with this right now.
Sure.
Like, I don't feel like I chose cancer or MS, but maybe, I don't know, maybe I did in some weird fucking way. And we've talked about this, about the brain and the shit that we would get out of our heads. And you've talked about this privately about some things. And I've talked publicly that I was like, oh, I hate my boobs. They're really saggy. And then I would say to myself, stop hating your boobs. And then I got cancer. And then I was like, oh, I hope I never become paralyzed. And then I got MS. Now that's maybe not exactly what you're talking about, but I think that sometimes I go there of what did I do? Did I do this? But you're talking about something very different. And I want to make sure that everyone that's listening is that, because we had the brain doctor on and we've had people talking about manifestation and all this stuff. But
yeah, I don't mean that you created this. I don't mean you, Christina.
That's what I want you to talk about, to clarify.
Yeah,
because
I don't mean that you created this disease. I don't mean that you did something to bring this on. What I mean is, before this life began, we chose our paths. And in each moment, what if it is, even if it's painful, for your highest good? If you want to believe that we are an earth school and we are here to just evolve as souls and beings, which is what I believe. And so thinking about in a moment that feels incredibly overwhelming and incredibly hard and difficult, and you feel abandoned by God and you feel hurt and punished and you feel the unfairness of it, and that all of those things can be true. And what if I chose this? What if something that was incredibly difficult will end up being for my betterment?
Well, that's hence why I was saying what I said. I was just saying that because we have talked so much about manifestation and stuff like that, I didn't want anyone that's listening to be confused from where we have talked about stuff with like Rev and stuff, that you didn't create it. You're talking about choose. Mm-hmm. It's a totally different thing. That's exactly why I said that.
Yeah.
And I apologize if it seemed like I wasn't agreeing. I was just
no, not at all. You don't have to
reiterating.
Either.
Well,
you definitely don't have to.
But I kind of do.
It's just more of kind of I felt again. I wanted to share something that I feel like's just been.
I think
helpful.
That's beautiful, and I think that's going to help a lot of people, girl. Thank you.
Yeah, of course.
And me. And my mirror.
And your mirror, your powerful mirror.
Mm-hmm.
Shall I pick a card?
Please do.
Okay.
Pick a goddamn fucking card.
Sometimes the situation is only a problem because it is looked at in a certain way. Looked at in another way, the right course of action may be so obvious that the problem no longer exists. Whoa.
Ooh. Can you send that one to me?
Mm-hmm. Take a picture of it.
Because I'm not going to listen to this podcast, but if you write it to me, then I'll have it. Thank you.
And so it is.
And so it is. This show is executive produced by Christina Applegate, Jamie-Lynn Sigler, and Allison Bresnick. Our audio engineer is Josh Windisch.
And if you want to show us some love, don't forget to leave the show a rating or a review. Hi, it's Jamie. Thanks for listening. I just want to let you know I am a paid spokesperson for Novartis, but this podcast is independent from my collaboration with Novartis.